Have you ever, have you ever reacted to some fake disorder cringe? Fake disorders, when those gothy themes, putting my fingers up and down, by the way. Um, they try to act like every generic 2000s, 1990s movie, and try to act like they're the misfitted person. And usually, it's not that anymore. It's that plus they fake diseases and they're clinically insane. Okay, I cannot even lie to you. If I was a liar, why am I here? Think about that. They try to fake diseases and disorders, but it never works out because most times they're fake. Like for example, they'll fake OCD, they'll fake DID, they'll fake autism, ADHD. Like ADHD people are mostly normal, so I don't know why people fake it. Anyway, let's get into it. Yeah, we were watching that, but files. Corruption. I'm Elijah. I'm 5, autistic and non. First of all, I don't care how you are, how old you are. You cannot identify as a different age. That is so retarded. Like, it's not even stupid. It's like retarded. Like, I don't know. Your parents didn't go wrong with you. You're just retarded. Probably why you stay back a grade. Probably why you stay back a grade. Pursuing your anime, My Hero Academia cringe class. None of us know. You're not a us. You're faking it. Why would you use? You know what? Hey, comment. Kind of implied hallucination. I'm sorry for the shaking, but dream is not there, right? Songs that are stim and a half. Stay the kid Lord. This makes me stim and crazy. You're not a stim. It's fake. Like anybody on this earth can literally do what you're just doing. I could do it better. Like you probably spent your whole life learning that TikTok dance because you act like a 5-year-old, and TikTok is probably 5 years old. Ski day pop. You cannot. Wow. You cannot identify as like. What are you gonna identify as? Pop, as animal? Identify as she, her, Xeon, ni Xeon, Kong Xiang, I identify as a Chinese monk, a Chinese Shaolin monk from the mountains. Yes, it's true, guys. It's true. No. Oh yeah, retarded. This is less retarded though. Manoma, he, him. Zero. Like you're literally just doing dip. You're just doing. Sometimes I think I'm autistic. Think you're autistic. Bakugo. Oh my god, My Hero Academia. Now I already know the cringe level. Having a breakdown in front of Overtone. Yeah, because she's a psycho. Matter of fact, you know what we do on this channel. We have cringe reactions, and if something is just too cringe, it's a shockwave of cringe, we will have an elemental reaction. It's usually inspired by wholly inspired by
Hi.
Lily.
So, basically, I was really bored one day, and so I started reading a book from my sister's elementary school library called Picture Perfect. In the book, the main character, actually we find out in the end, has DID, and I became sort of obsessed with it. I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
You have fake DID.
And then I started paying attention to myself more, and I realized Alexis. I realized that there's
clearly that's fake. Like, that's so fake. And I wish you would. One thing, and I'm gonna roast you on 3 things. 1 thing, you should have got to the story way faster. 2, you are horrible at faking this because it's clear that you're faking it. And 3, you can't just read about someone who has DID and expect yourself to have DID. Okay? No wonder your family calls you an outcast. You don't have DID. You wanted DID. There's a difference between wanting DID and having DID. Now you can have and want DID. You can want and have DID. You can have and want DID. But you can't want DID first and then have it. No, no. It's clear that you're faking it. And it's kind of surprising because they just take, you know, that girl that faked Tourette's? Yeah. Tixon Roses, yeah. And she faked it, and then she got clowned and like booted off TikTok. That's what needs to happen to all these guys times 10, because they are way worse than her. I have to say it. But she like lied. She was an actual smart one.
For me. And so I started doing a whole bunch of research, and then Alec, I realized, like, wow, he's an alter. And then Dax fronted one day.
And then Dax, and then
it was just insane.
The amount of people with multiple alters with DID. No, like not multiple alters because you have DID, obviously. But no, you don't have DID. I'm talking about people who actually have DID. This is just my perspective. If I have DID, most people don't even have more than 5. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure the most people, the world record is like 100 or something. Something around there.
And I was like, yeah, I definitely probably have this.
You definitely probably have this. You can't self-diagnose yourself. It's crazy because people either lie about it to get TikTok clout or just to look cool. Or they self-diagnose themselves, which is really dumb. You should never self-diagnose yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's never 100%. Look at my booty, bro. Y'all can see me, my booty. DID does require
a diagnosis.
Yes, it does, actually.
You're a system since childhood, before 9 years old.
Yeah, but how it had no. Let me. DID does not require actual DID to have DID by like states, federally, nationally. You have to get a diagnosis. There's no, see, you haven't gotten a diagnosis. That's why you're just the 1%. You're 1% better than everybody else because you actually told the truth. You didn't get a diagnosis. So how are you supposed to know if you actually have it? You're just a girl going through phases. Probably.
And you can't get a diagnosis till body's 18, so.
No, we're gonna look this up together. My bad. I'm a slow typer. Diagnosis. It's real. Well, can you be diagnosed? Can you develop DID after? Can you have DID in minor? Just look at this. You can. You can have it under 18. The average. Can you be diagnosed with DID? The average onset is 16. Under 18, guys. So just so you know, I'm right. because I'm all-time.
For systems all through childhood, no.
Obviously, if you have I don't know. No, you're not born with DID. That's something I just learned. So, pardon me. That's something I just learned. I thought you were born with DID, but no. It actually develops. It develops. Wait, what? What did she say?
For systems all through childhood, no. Preteen, teenagehood, and adulthood, and then.
That is systematically complicating to be true. But you can't get it under 18, and that's the thing. I'm kind of worried about her. Him, trauma holder. It doesn't matter if I don't care. But like, I'm about to say some really controversial shit, man. Okay. So why are not even all, like, the fake DID holders on TikTok gay? All of them gay. Because I don't think all DID holders are gay. LGBT. QIA+. I don't think they're all gay. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm wrong.
Till a body go bye-bye.
You're wrong.
So basically...
Do your research, actually.
It does not. And not everyone can get a diagnosis because not everyone has the privileged time and luck.
What are you doing in your off time? What are you doing in your off time? Talking to your other buddies that joined TikTok because of you? Because of you? What are you doing in your off time? You could easily get a diagnosis. Even the money can be gathered up. There's so many foundations and stuff for this type of stuff. Like, I don't understand, and you're faking it. You're faking it. You stupid fake. You stupid fake. I am done. I'm done with you.
I've decided to call the voices inside of my head the council.
Council, what are we doing today? Well, I think we should. I don't have an answer. Someone else respond. I think we should eat snacks. Or just have this lunch.
You planned to eat that lunch before you came on. You're obvious.
I think it's best that we finish the things that we started so that we can say we finally finished something. I reckon we should do music. I'd like to make sure we go to training today. Yeah. Okay? We'll do none of those things.
I think I really benefit.
You know what? That was the most convincing one. Other than one flaw. I don't see much. 44,000 likes. Who believes this?
I don't know what it is. I just get really overstimulated when I go to the grocery store. Yeah, I think I just get really stressed out about changes.
What are you doing?
I just think I really benefit from a routine.
That is so dumb. I don't think that's real. Even though she's... Look at the title. Okay. TikTok compilation 3. Yeah. Don't fall out of my hands. I will save you from the life you're living. Yeah. Oh, they are gonna leave you. Come here, baby. Let me talk to you. Come on, you. I'm coming for you. I am the mustard. You come me and we are mustard. Me and...
No one would ever realize I was autistic if I didn't say anything.
Look, there she goes. That girl is so peculiar. I wonder if she's feeling well.
Okay, so I wanted to address this question right here. I need to just take some time to think about and try to understand why someone would ask this to us.
To you.
I have a response. So first of all, welcome to our kitchen. Second of all, I feel like the only correct answer to this is why? Why does it matter to you? It doesn't.
Almost, man. Let me explain something. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But if you're not diagnosed for DID, you shouldn't be saying you have DID. You know what I'm saying? You may think you have DID. You may talk, like, I think I have DID, but you can, like, some of these people actually said they think they have DID, but you said you have DID. You can't confirm a disease not diagnosed, of course. You don't have the symptoms. Like, I don't know why people even, like, you have 45 likes. Your follower to like ratio is bad because no one would want you on their recommended. Luckily, I haven't came across most of these people, but since I'm going to middle school, I feel like that will be a little bit more common. Oh, look at she hit my butt, bro.
Education.
Man's got the glue.
We are not diagnosed at the moment due to finances, due to not having access to adequate mental health care, and
Adequate
due
mental
to
health
the
care.
fact that our
That's a
parents
true problem,
would not
you know.
believe us.
But you don't.
We are
That's a true problem in some places. I bet you look at your house, man. No, let's observe it, cause it's kind of. Look at your house. Like I could tell you have a clean, nice house. Your house is better than mine. I live in an apartment. Sheesh, man. You don't have the expenses to do this? Clearly, you're living a good American home. But privileged kids are the worst type, in my opinion. Well, it depends. No, but if you're privileged and you don't act like a brat, you're the best person. You're the best type of privilege. There's not. If you're privileged, that's fine, you know.
Right? This is a highly disrespectful question.
I don't care.
Because it
30 words
shows me that you do not have the thought process to understand that this was one of our victims. And she was having fun, and Harley was just posting.
Who the hell is Harley? No one. You made these. You probably got that inspiration from Harley Quinn from DC Universe. She probably met up with Flash and Joker and started having a threesome kissing. What? I'm getting off topic. But either way, you don't have DID. If you had DID, I want to see papers, because you can't. You're saying that you have DID when you don't even know it fully. If you think you have DID, I think nothing is true until diagnosed. I mean, it could be true. Nothing is true until diagnosed. Like, what is it called? Innocent until proven guilty. That's basically what's happening. That's basically what diseases are. Unless you have the proof, and unless you got diagnosed, I don't want to hear it. Also, are you always just gonna talk like that? Are we gonna ignore the fact that you talk like most fake DID TikTok people are on TikTok for a reason?
It is not your right to bring up the validity of anyone's mental health at all. And this whole string of comments
sounds like you're having sex with a 58-year-old man. Jeez.
Underneath this, thank you to your system who defended us, by the way. I appreciate you. Bishop is a Trojan horse system. I appreciate you guys, and thank you. This was unnecessary.
It was necessary.
It was just unnecessary.
Send hate comments. If you can find her TikTok, send hate comments.
Thank you for the opportunity to end this wax.
Spam El Press Ratio.
Good. Beautiful.
Messenger, DM her. I don't care. El Press Ratio. Fronting Jonas. That's exactly what you do. Fronting an illness. Fronting. Jonas, he, him. Something happens when I'm in the editing process and I had to delete half of the clips. But comment if you want a video of Iris full react. I won't talk about this because you're just basic.
What?
No, look at this.
What? This is so cute.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, it's so fake. Like, it's incredibly obvious that this is fake. Like, this is indescribable amounts of fake. Like, that's the type of fake when my mom is talking with her friends, knowing that saying that she loves them and that they matter. Then 2 minutes later, gossiping about them. Like, no. How are you? That doesn't make much sense, okay? That doesn't make much sense. I see the problem now. I see the freaking problem. That doesn't make much sense. Like, that was the fake. That was the fakest. Like, either you have the ID, and your parents made you with, and your parents were just born in the Great Depression because they're clearly very depressed, or you are a very bad actor. 2 options. No, 3 options. Or you're just a really sad person. Oh no, a really fake and sad person. Fake, sad, and acting. Fake, sad, bad acting. It's crazy. You guys still up?
Redrawing South Park characters is my headcanons. 3 per second, unpause.
Yo, what? Yo, what? What is wrong with the screen, man? Checking our switches today. And I'm pretty sure with DID, you can't just change who you are on the spot. 0? Oh, crazy that both of y'all have the name 0. And you had to get dressed and ready, doing different hair and everything. Really liking our audio choice. Sorry. It's clearly that it's fake. They'll always have that. And it's based off of anime, because I've seen animes like this, where there's like a one character, super hyperactive, just can't shut their goddamn mouths up. And then there's another character which literally barely talks, but he carries the team. This is based off of anime. Like, I literally watched this. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I've watched anime before. You're not different. And plus, this is so clearly fake. Like, I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. Like, not sure, to be honest. Yeah, because you haven't picked a name yet. 0 going to talk to people. Tori, we think. I'm curled up in a ball on my bed. I'm not in the closet this time. I'm just...
Where your shipping address types itself. Where all your tabs go, everywhere you go.
I am extremely disappointed in my happiness level right now because it's clearly NASCARing down. That was such horrible acting, and literally 20% of them had the worst acting of all time, and I am very certain about that. And that was very good acting. April Fools. And it's not even April. That was very horrible acting. Just kidding, it's opposite day. Just kidding, it's April Fools! Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I hope I earned you with my stupendous reaction. I honestly deserve to be in what's the theater called? See, I don't even know. I deserve to be in a featured Disney film where they make absolutely the best acting. Of course they do. Anyway, I don't cut this out. Huh?